Picture a stick figure walking home at the end of an ordinary day. Nothing went wrong exactly. But nothing felt like enough either. There's a roof overhead, food in the kitchen, a few people who would answer if the phone called. And yet somehow, all of it has faded into the background, expected, barely noticed. This is the quiet ache so many of us carry. Not that our lives are empty, but that we've stopped seeing what's in them. We keep waiting for the next thing to finally make us feel full. Meanwhile, the good that's already here goes unwatched, like a window we walk past every day and never look through. So today, let's talk about gratitude. Not the forced, cheerful kind, the quiet kind that simply helps you notice what was already good. 7 calm truths about learning to pay attention. Here's the thing about gratitude that we usually get wrong. We treat it as a feeling, a warm glow that's supposed to arrive on its own when life is going well. So we wait for it. And when it doesn't come, we assume we just don't have enough yet. But gratitude doesn't really change your circumstances. It changes your attention. It simply turns the light toward what was already there, waiting to be seen. That's why 2 people can live almost identical lives, and one feels rich while the other feels empty. The difference isn't what they have, it's what they notice. These 7 truths are small and practical. None of them ask you to pretend or to deny what's hard. They just ask you to look, gently, honestly, at the parts of your life you've stopped seeing. Noticing, it turns out, is its own kind of quiet wealth. First truth. Gratitude is a skill, not a feeling you wait for. We tend to think gratitude is something that happens to us, a mood that shows up when things are good enough. But moods are unreliable. They come and go with the weather, with sleep, with whatever the day threw at us. If you wait to feel grateful, you might wait a very long time. The quieter truth is that gratitude is a skill, a thing you practice, the way you'd practice an instrument. It's the deliberate act of turning your attention toward what's good and letting it land. At first, it feels mechanical, almost fake. But attention is like a muscle. The more you point it at the good, the more naturally it goes there. You're not waiting for a feeling, you're training one. So here's a small practice. Once today, stop whatever you're doing and find one good thing already in front of you. The warmth of your drink, a patch of light on the floor, the simple fact that your body carried you through the morning. Don't just label it. Pause, and actually let yourself feel it for a few seconds. That pause is the whole skill. You're not searching for something new. You're learning to notice what was here all along. Second truth. You adapt to good things, so you have to re-notice them. There's a quiet trick the mind plays on all of us. Whenever something good arrives, a new home, a kind partner, a long-wished-for job, there's a burst of joy. And then, slowly, it fades into the ordinary. What once felt like a miracle becomes simply the background of your life. This is why so much of what we once dreamed of now goes unnoticed. We aren't ungrateful, we've just adapted. The good things didn't get smaller, our attention to them did. Gratitude is how you push back against that fading, looking again at something you've stopped seeing, and remembering that you once longed for the very thing you now have. Try this. Pick one thing in your life that you once wished for and now barely notice. A person, a place, a small freedom you used to dream about. Imagine, just for a moment, what it would feel like to lose it. Then look at it again, still here, still yours. That little jolt of perspective is gratitude, waking back up. You don't need a new life, just to see the one you have, as if for the first time. Third truth. Gratitude and ambition can live side by side. A lot of people quietly resist gratitude because they're afraid of it. They think that if they're grateful for what they have, they'll lose their drive. That contentment will make them soft and still. But that's a false choice. Being thankful for your life is not the same as giving up on it. You can love where you are and still want to grow. Gratitude gives you a steadier place to grow from. When you reach for more out of fear and lack, every step feels desperate. But when you build from a foundation of enough, your ambition becomes calmer and kinder. You're no longer running from emptiness. You're walking forward from a place that already feels like home. Here's a small shift. The next time you set a goal, try holding 2 thoughts at once. Say to yourself, I'm grateful for where I am, and I'm still reaching for more. Notice that they don't cancel each other out. One gives you peace, the other gives you direction. You can keep both. Gratitude isn't the end of ambition. It's the calm ground you grow from. Fourth truth. Say thank you to people out loud. So much of our gratitude stays trapped inside our own heads. We feel thankful for someone, a friend who showed up, a partner's small kindness, and then we say nothing. The feeling rises, and then quietly dissolves, unspoken. But gratitude is meant to be shared. When you say thank you out loud, something doubles. The other person feels seen, and you feel the warmth of having truly noticed them. And it doesn't have to be grand. It can be a short message, a quiet word, a simple, "I'm really glad you're in my life." Said honestly, those small sentences land far deeper than you'd expect. So today, tell one person. Think of someone who has made your life a little better and let them know. Specifically. Don't just say thanks. Tell them what they did and what it meant to you. Send the message. Make the call. Say the words across the table. It might feel slightly vulnerable, and that's okay. That small discomfort is the price of a connection almost always worth it. Fifth truth. A small, steady list works better than a grand gesture. People often imagine gratitude as some sweeping, emotional thing, a heart suddenly overflowing on a mountaintop. But the kind that actually changes you is far quieter. It's the small habit, repeated. A few specific things, noticed at the close of each day. The power isn't in the size of the list. It's in the steadiness of returning to it. Each night, you're gently training your mind to scan the day for what was good, instead of only what went wrong. Over weeks and months, that habit slowly reshapes the way you see everything. Not because your life improved, but because you finally taught your attention where to look. So tonight, before you sleep, name 3 good things from your day. Keep them small and specific: a good cup of coffee, a laugh with a friend, a task you finally finished. Write them down, or simply say them in your head. The point isn't to be impressive, it's to end the day by looking, one more time, at what quietly went right. Sixth truth. Gratitude can hold a hard day without denying it. Let's be clear about this, because it's where gratitude gets a bad name. Being grateful does not mean pretending everything is fine. It is not slapping a cheerful sticker over real pain, or telling yourself you have no right to struggle because others have it worse. That isn't gratitude. That's denial wearing a kinder mask. Real gratitude is bigger. It can hold 2 things at once. Yes, this day was hard. And also, the sun still came up, someone still checked on me. I still have a bed to rest in tonight. You don't have to choose between honoring your pain and noticing the good. Gratitude makes room for both. So on a hard day, try this gentle phrase. Say to yourself, "This is difficult, and there is still something good here." Don't use the good to erase the hard. Just let them sit together. Name the struggle honestly, then look around for one small thing that's still steady and kind. You're not denying the storm. You're remembering that not everything is the storm. Seventh truth. The real goal is to stop waiting for enough. Underneath all our restlessness is a quiet, exhausting belief that we'll finally be happy once we get the next thing. The promotion, the relationship, the number in the bank. So we live leaning forward, always reaching, certain that enough is just up ahead. But here's the trap. When you finally arrive, the finish line has already moved. There's a new next thing, and the feeling of enough slips away again. Gratitude is how you step off that treadmill. It's the practice of declaring, gently but firmly, that your life is already worth noticing, right now, before anything else changes. Not because you've stopped wanting more, but because you've stopped letting the wanting blind you to what you have. That is the quiet power of gratitude. It doesn't change your life. It lets you finally see it. So here's one last small thing to try. Right now, wherever you are, say quietly to yourself, "This is enough for this moment." You're not promising to stop growing. You're just choosing, for a breath, to stop waiting. Look around and find one thing that's good. Let it be enough, just for now. That single pause is where the whole practice begins. So let's gather these 7 truths. Gratitude is a skill, not a feeling you wait for. You adapt to good things, so you have to re-notice them. Gratitude and ambition can live side by side. Say thank you to people, out loud. A small, steady list works better than a grand gesture. Gratitude can hold a hard day without denying it. And the real goal is simply to stop waiting for enough. Notice the thread running through them. Not one asked you to change your circumstances. Each only asked you to change where you look. Gratitude doesn't rearrange your life. It rearranges your attention, and your attention is where your life is lived. There may be a small voice asking, but is what I have really enough to be grateful for? Hear this gently. It is. Not because nothing's missing, and not because nothing's hard, but because there is always something good already here, quietly waiting for you to turn and see it. Start small. Tonight, notice one good thing. Then another. Tomorrow. That small, repeated act of attention can slowly change the way a whole life feels. Thank you for spending this quiet time here. Notice something good today, and take care.